Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Joel. Today I'm going to be using this Artist Loft 18 by 24 inch gallery wrap number 3 canvas. We're going to have a blast today. Anyway, today I'm going to be using this chameleon mica powder that is intended to go in resin to color it. It's just a real fine metallic. It's flip-flop. One side of the flake is one color, the other side is a different color. So I'm going to be starting with the same colors I used last week. This is cobalt blue. I did not add any mica into it because it's already metallic. The next color is this deep magenta, which I added the mica to it that is kind of pink from one angle, purple from another. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not. The next color is this deep blue. So these are ready to pour paints. I mix them 1-to-1 with American Floetrol. Here's some deep yellow that I added some gold mica that's kind of greenish from one side and gold from the other side. And then for my swipe today, I'm going to be using black and white. My black is the Artist Loft Soft Body, mixed about 1.5 parts Floetrol, that's Australian Floetrol, to paint. My white is going to be Amsterdam white, again mixed with Australian Floetrol, 1.5 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint. Okay? So the difference between this video and last video is I'm going to be using a black pillow mixed with American Floetrol there, 2.5 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint. Okay, I got it all mixed up here. The other difference is I'm going to use less blue of the deep blue and more magenta. So I'm going to get this paint spread out here, dump some of this out, smooth it out. Alright, I got my pillow all laid out and I'm going to pop the air bubbles with torch. Going to be taking my first color, which is going to be the deep blue. I'm going to dump it out onto my spreader and spread this on here quite thin. Remember, I don't want quite as much blue this time. I'm going to spread this out, and I'm going to follow up with all the other colors. I'm going to speed this up in a bit because it gets pretty long. This took like an hour and a half or so. Alright, so we'll get this sped up like I was saying, and I'll get back to you when it's time to do the swipe. Alrighty, so I got my paint all laid out the way I want it. I'm going to take my palette knife, load it up with some swipe paint, which is the Artist Loft Soft Body mixed with Australian Floetrol. I also got a little bit of the titanium white Amsterdam mixed with Australian Floetrol. Both of them mixed by 1.5 Floetrol, 1 part paint. I'm going to swipe it just like I did on the last video. Big one down the center and then flank it on both sides. And we'll see if this black ends up looking any better than that white. As I'm loading up this palette knife again, I can see on the painting the cells are already coming through the black. That's looking real nice. I'm trying to get real nice even coverage on this palette knife. Here we go. A little streak of white down the middle. So we'll call this a skunk swipe. Alright, so I'm going to do another skunk swipe here, but I think I'm going to throw a little gold on top of there too, just for shits and giggles, see what happens. So here we go. Black, white, and gold. Alright, I got my palette knife loaded up for one more skunk swipe. Hitting this big patch of color here. I'm going to take the torch, pop the bubbles. That'll also activate the cells a little bit. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my small palette knife and I'm going to do a little embellishing by scooping and dragging some colors around, breaking up some big blocks of color, adding a few embellishments, swirly here, things here and there, dragging some of the cells out, just to make it a little more interesting. Alright, so I'm ready to stretch this image out. Gonna try to get it kind of centered, give it a couple spins real quick, see what's happening with it. Alright, so I'm taking some excess paint, putting it around the sides. I probably should have used a little more paint on the canvas. I got it stretched out fine, but it's a lot easier when you have a little excess paint on the canvas. But as you see here, this is sped up again ×4. It is moving, and I do end up getting it completely covered and stretched out. So alright, I think I got this stretched out pretty good. Gonna be zooming in just a second so we can check out the mica up close. It looks really good. Just get my edges cleaned up here. And here we go for a close-up. So you can see when I tip this how the green lights up. It's the chameleon dust in the gold, actually. From one angle it's gold, one angle it's green. Get some nice cells. I love the cobalt mixing with the magenta. Little gold wisps in here and there. Nice cells. I think it's really cool. I'm happy with it. Hope you guys like it. If you do, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. If you share, that's really increases my traffic exponentially, so please do that sometimes. That'd be really nice. Also can't do it without the surf zombies providing the background music. Thanks once again, boys. Really appreciate it. I want you guys to have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Thanks again.